I gave my stepson my old jacket because he looked cold. He didn't take it off for a week. My stepson had been living with us for about 3 months after his mom finally got full custody, and I noticed something was wrong from the start. He was polite and quiet and never caused any trouble, but he kept a wall up between us that I couldn't figure out how to break through. I married his mom knowing that building a relationship with him would take time, but I wasn't prepared for how much it would feel like trying to befriend a ghost. The first thing I noticed was he only owned thin hoodies, even as the temperature dropped into the 40s. I offered to take him shopping for a real coat, and he shook his head and said, "I'm fine, I don't get cold." I watched him shiver at the bus stop the next morning with his arms wrapped around himself, and when I pulled over and offered him my jacket from the back seat, he said, "No thanks, really, I'm good." I bought him a brand new winter coat and left it on his bed with the tag still on, and 3 days later it was still sitting there in the bag untouched. I asked him if he didn't like the color or the style, and he just shrugged and said, "I don't need anything." The way he said it sounded rehearsed, like he'd practiced those words so many times they didn't mean anything anymore. I tried bringing it up to his mom, and she got quiet and said he'd been that way for a while, and she didn't know how to fix it. The next week, the temperature dropped below freezing, and I came home to find him sitting on the back porch with his hands stuffed in his hoodie pocket, shivering so hard I could see it from the doorway. The sky was gray, and the wind was cutting through the yard, and this kid was just sitting there turning blue like he thought he deserved it. I didn't think. I walked outside, took off my old flannel-lined jacket, and draped it around his shoulders before I even realized what I was doing. He went completely still, his whole body tensed up like he was bracing for something bad to happen, but he didn't take it off. That night I went to check on him before bed and found him asleep on top of the covers, still wearing my jacket zipped all the way up to his chin with his arms wrapped around himself like he was protecting it. He wore it to breakfast and to school and to dinner, and I started to wonder if he was ever going to take it off. On the second night I noticed he was sleeping with his arms crossed over the zipper like he was guarding it from someone. On the third day his mom reached over at breakfast to brush some lint off the collar, and he flinched so hard he knocked his orange juice off the table. She froze with her hand still in the air, and he immediately started apologizing, but I saw the look on her face, and I knew she saw what I saw. That night I walked up to him and said, "Hey buddy, why don't you let me throw that jacket in the wash since you've been wearing it for 3 days straight?" The color drained out of his face so fast I thought he was going to pass out. He grabbed the zipper with both hands and said, "No, it's fine, it's not dirty, please don't." I said, "I'll give it right back, I promise." And he started breathing fast and shallow and said, "Please, I'll do anything, I'll be good, just please don't take it." His mom watched the whole thing from the doorway with tears running down her face. She pulled me into the hallway and whispered, "Something happened to him before I got custody and he won't tell me what, but you need to talk to him because he's starting to trust you." On the fourth day I sat down next to him on the couch and asked him straight out why he was so afraid of losing the jacket. He didn't answer at first.
Scan the QR code to enjoy the wonderful continuation for free. New users will also receive additional rewards.